So hello friends, today I am here to give you a very elaborative explanation of class 12 poem Keeping Quiet. Keeping Quiet, which is composed by Pablo Neruda. Pablo Neruda, who is a Nobel Prize winner poet. In his poem Keeping Quiet, the poet appeals the readers to keep quiet, to organize peaceful sessions in order to introspect the mistakes, the errors human beings are committing, in order to make a self-assessment of the deeds human beings are doing, we people are doing. He has enlarged this theme in his poem, and that I will be discussing with you while going through each and every line of the poem. So poem begins like this. Poet says, now we will count up to 12 and we will all keep still. Means the poet wants people to keep quiet, to keep still, not to move and not to speak anything, and he urges the readers to count up to 12. Here, this way he wants to divert the attention of the people from any other activity by counting up to 12. Now, what is the significance of counting up to 12? See, 12. This is a very inferential question. 12 means there are actually 12 months in a year. There are the days divided into two halves of 12 hours. And one thing very important, when it is 12 o'clock, you may see that the arms of the clock are in superimposition, means this showing togetherness. And togetherness is all required to introspect, to make a large decision. And the second thing and the last thing, the fourth thing is this inference which we can get from the poem. Even the poem Keeping Quiet contains 12 letters. So this is the inference of counting up to 12. So poet wants to count up to 12. So these are the inferences which we made for 12. Now let's move further. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Now the poet wants everyone, means people of the whole globe, people of this whole world, not to speak any language. Means this session is not for the people of one particular language. This is meant for the people of all the language, for the peoples of all the languages. I use peoples. Okay, people means people of different nations. He says that not speak in any language, it would be an exotic moment, without rush, without engines. Of course, when there will be no activity, when there will be no conversation, no talking, it would be a strange moment. It will be a state as well as very exquisite moment, very interesting moment as well, because there would be no movement of engines, because there will be no running of engines, there would be no rush all around. I mean, it would be a unprecedented situation that had never happened. But what will be the advantage of doing this? We would all be together. If we suspend all of our activities, it will make all people together, means we will be together, and together it will there will be of course a sudden strangeness, means the whole atmosphere will be strange because people have never seen such a kind of atmosphere, such a kind of situation. Let me tell you in the line, and not move our arms so much. In arms is a pun here. The poetic device pun is used here. Pun where one single word gives two meanings. So arms is giving here two meanings. One is arms means hands, our arms, bujhaएं कहते हैं अपनी, and arms also mean arms and ammunition, weapons. So arms is used here for arms is giving two meanings here, and that's why pun is used here. And in these lines, sudden strangeness, without rush, sudden strangeness, there is alliteration, and without rush, without engines, repetition is here. Repetition is here. A repetition means the poet is emphasizing something. So repetition is here. So these are the poetic devices used in the lines which I read, which I have discussed with you. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales. When there will be suspension activities, the whale would not be killed by the fishermen. Those who are on board in the activities of doing bad activities, nefarious activities, those all activities will be suspended. So whale is an example here. When the people will suspend their activities, no animal, no wild animal would be killed, whether it's a tiger, whether it's a rhino or elephant, because all these animals are killed for some commercial purpose that I am not going to discuss here, because you all know that. And the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. The man gathering salt, the person who is involved in the activity of salt gathering, he will see his hand, because what does the salt do? Salt, affects the skin. So means all those activities which are done by human being and which are affecting us adversely, people will be able to realize and assess how much harm they are giving to themselves by doing these activities. So this is an example, by giving the example of the salt gathering man. Here the poet wants to tell that people are involved in various activities which are harmful, and once they have time, they will realize that they are involved in harmful activities. Now the poet says, those who prepare green wars with gas, wars with fire, means those are people who make policy to expand the production of something. So those who have created green revolution by using too much HIV seed, insecticide, pesticides, which is ultimately harming, all these things are ultimately harming the human beings, ultimately harming the people. Too much production of gas, too much emission of gases from the industries, from the automobiles which are moving here and there. Wars with fire means too much production of arsenals, too much production of ammunition. What does all these things mean? These policy makers, these parliamentarians, these senators, they are making policy for expansion of all these things. And what are all these things ultimately doing? They are harming the people. Then the poet says, victory with no survivors. All these things are ultimately harmful for the people, and when there will be no survivors, because these things will ultimately harm the people, then when there will be no survivors, so what is the fun of this success? What is the fun of that victory where there are no survivors? So means in the materialistic pursuits, in the pursuits of making expansion, development, technological developments, all these things are happening, all these adverse things are happening. About with their brothers doing nothing. So those people who make this policy, they will put on clean clothes, and walk about with their brothers doing nothing. Means the senators, the policy makers who are responsible making policy for the expansion of all these things, they would do nothing. They would put clean clothes, and they would stand in the shade, they would sit in the shade doing nothing. Because senators, they put on clean clothes, they sit in the shade, they sit in the parliament, they sit in senates, and though they are responsible for these policy of expansion without thinking of the harms being done by these activities. Now the poet wants to say that the people should not confused. If he is talking about being inactive for some time, it means that he is appealing to be inactive for always, because life is what it is about. The poet says that life is meant for living. No life can be run without work. So poet wants to say that there should be inactivity, suspension activity for some time, so that we may have realization of the mistakes we are committing. But the poet is saying that don't confuse his inactivity with the complete passivity. He says that I want no truck with death. Means he's not associating death. He's not associating inactivity with death, because complete inactivity means death. When is person completely inactive? When he is dead. So poet is not saying, doesn't want to associate his inactivity with the death. Then the poet again says, so what's poet saying? Poet is saying that people are single-mindedly running, means in the materialistic pursuits, in our self-interest, people are running wildly, and they are not realizing the harms they are causing to themselves, to their nature, to their environment. So once when there will be peaceful sessions, at least there will be an opportunity for the people to understand that how they were threatening themselves, how they were harming themselves, and then there will be a realization that they were harming themselves, they were causing harms to themselves by doing all these activities. So you may have heard about Rio de Janeiro summit. You may have heard about Formula 21. So these global summits could be organized once people realized and understood that there should be some sort of restrictions on emission of pollution. So once people realized but then they had peaceful sessions, and in these peaceful sessions they introspected what wrongs were being done. Then there were various compromises related to environment. You may have heard about Geneva Samjhota, Geneva Compromise. You may have heard about Paris climate compromise. So all these things are there because of these peaceful sessions. Now in the last, poet wants us to learn something from the earth. The poet says that perhaps the earth can teach us. We can learn through earth that when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. What happens when there is autumn season, when there is snowfall, or the trees become leafless? The trees become leafless. It seems that there is no life in the tree. But when the weather changes, again the trees become green. Again they are laden with the leaves and fruits and flowers. So even the earth is all the time involved in various activities. There are various geological processes going on in the earth, but without any noise, without any ruckus. So what we can learn through earth, let me tell you in a single sentence, and this is very important. Mind you, the earth can teach us to be productive without being destructive. Earth is doing all the activities. We are surviving on the earth because of all the activities, geological activities going on inside the earth. But earth is not making any noise, so we can learn that we can also be productive without being destructive. Now in the last, the poet says, now I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet and I will go. So the poet wants that this process of counting up to 12 means this process of making peaceful sessions and introspection, which make us prompt to do some sort of summits in order to do something for our environment, something good for our environment. The poet wants that such activities, such meetings should be carried on. Even if he is not there, even nobody is there, even he is not there, nobody is there to make a call for such sessions, but these activities must be carried on, must be carried forward globally. This the poet wants to say. So I think you will have better understood the poem. I have taught you something about the poem. I have discussed everything about the poem. Now I think that you will have understood. Now as is a tradition, let's discuss a few questions of this poem which are there in your examination, in your board examination. Let's have this way we'll have an overview of the poem as well. What is the significance of counting up to 12? I told you 4 things. 12 months, the days to divided into 2 halves of 12 hours, and the arms of the clock is in the superimposition condition, means showing togetherness, and keeping quiet. The name of the poem also has 12 letters. Keeping quiet, you can count. Next question, what is the theme of the poem? So the theme of the poem I discussed in the poem when I began with the poem. Theme is that the poet wants the people of the world, the whole world, to make peaceful sessions, in order to make an introspection of the things being done or the deeds being done, and make a realization whether they are not causing any adverse effect. Next question, what sort of atmosphere will be there when there will be no rush, no engines? That will be a strange moment, that will be an exotic moment, because that will be an unprecedented situation, so it will be strange, it will be a queer moment, of course. Now what are the devices, poetic device, literary devices which are used in the poem? In this poem, the poet has used pun in arms. Arms is giving 2 meaning here. One is arms, hands, and other is arms and ammunition, means weapons. The poet has also used imagery in the cold sea. When we talk about the cold sea, it make an image of the polar region. It makes we try to visualize the sea. We try to visualize the cold sea, the polar region. The poet has also used alliteration in sudden strangeness. Would not harm whales. There is also alliteration in this, and the poet has also used repetition without rush, without engines. Poet has also used repetition. Repetition is used to emphasize something, to insist, to give an insistence to something. Next is, what can the earth teach us? So earth can teach us, in a single word, earth can teach us to be productive without being destructive. This is the gist of the poem. This is the gist of this last 3 lines. Productive, be productive without being destructive. So this is your poem Keeping Quiet, and I will be coming across with other poems like Thing of Beauty and the other poem that is Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. So I think that you people will keep giving me suggestions to make more videos. So whatever other videos are required, you just tell me and I will be making videos for you. Thank you. Keep sharing and subscribing. Thank you.